Okay, quick music disclaimer here. I do not own the rights to this music, which belongs to the rightful owner, who is the intoxicating mind of Dr. Frankenstein. So he made my intro and my outro, and I hope you guys enjoy. Check them out on Spotify and YouTube, and no copyright infringement is intended. Have a good day.
A clear choice of good versus evil, of right versus wrong.
Twisted Tales.
Welcome back to Twisted Tales, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Tonight's episode, I'm going to talk about the death of a missing person named Alan Hill. Alan Hill, age 27, was last seen on Wednesday, November 21st, 2007, around 9 p.m. in the Kings Road area of Sydney, Nova Scotia, Canada. Alan was last seen wearing blue jeans, a beige sweater, a black jacket, and brown boots. His gray Chevrolet Impala was found on the side of the highway 125. The trunk and windows were open, the lights were on, the keys were found nearby on the ground, and he was last seen leaving work. Usually when anybody goes missing back home, it's a pretty big deal, because everybody in the community pulls together, and a lot of them spent about 15-hour days on several searches that were conducted to look for Alan. A lot were on the air, some water, and mainly the ground. Family members conducted a comb in the region for some time, but eventually the search was actually abandoned, which sucks. Shortly after the search had been called off, the family actually pulled together some money for a reward for any information leading to any information. Anybody could call the Crime Stoppers hotline. So the Crime Stoppers hotline is actually just a phone number you call in, give the information about a certain case, and if anything comes up, then you're offered a reward. So the reward actually started off at $2,000 and made its way up to $5,000. A lot of these calls were pretty much bizarre, bogus, and misleading tips, which sucked, and people actually started calling the family instead of the Crime Stoppers hotline number. So you could just imagine all the trauma and everything that went through when, the phone rang. Hill was a husband and a father of 3 from Coxheath, Nova Scotia. His family pleaded for him to call and check in. His wife, Tara Hill, said, "I just want him to know, if he can hear me, that we're just begging for him to call so we can hear his voice and know that he's okay and that he is safe." Even the search on Hill's vehicle by police produced no clues, and police stated that there's still no activity on his bank accounts. His wife, Tara, said there was nothing suspicious leading up to her husband's disappearance, and that the two were in touch throughout the day by phone. He'd always come home from work every day like expected, so this was just an unexpected turn. Staff Sergeant Paul Job with the Cape Breton Regional Police said that Hill's disappearance is more puzzling than most, stating that some people don't want to be found, while others truly seem to vanish. Job had stated that they were treating this as a missing persons right now, and if this person does hear our pleas for assistance, that he will come forward, or somebody from the community will come forward with his whereabouts and report it to us. He said that investigators have turned up no medical or financial problems in Hill's private life. Police continued to interview anyone who recently had dealings with Hill, stating the investigation will continue until it has a reason to end. So I'm going to fast forward to a Sunday afternoon about a year later, where police confirmed that they actually found the body of Alan Hill near the shoreline of Leeches Creek. He'd been missing since last November. A forensic pathologist who conducted the autopsy on the body of Hill determined that there was no foul play in the incident. His father, Charlie Hill, was certain the body was that of his missing son, based on the description of some articles found with the body. Police had stated that the medical examiner's office contacted Hill's wife and parents early one Wednesday night to answer all their questions regarding the autopsy. The body was found by a young woman as she was out for a stroll along the shoreline next to Balmore Drive. It was actually only a couple 100 meters away from his car found last fall, and that was on the shoulder of Highway 125. Hill was born in 1980, and he died in 2007. It just sucks that, all these searches and everything went on, and, you're hoping for the best, but sometimes worse things happen, and it just tears the community apart, right? But everybody pulled together, which is what everybody does there, so we're all good people, and I'm glad that everybody got the answers that they needed to have a little bit of closure. I mean, it's still going to be hard for everybody, but just how it goes sometimes, and it's not easy. So I'd like to thank you for tuning back into Twisted Tales, and I hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. Have yourself a wonderful day, folks. Enjoy the rest of your work week.
Twisted Tales.